Hello everybody and welcome back to Living the Florida East Coast. My name is Andrew Pensch and I'll be your host for today's video. What I wanted to do today is talk about the hidden gems in Vero Beach. So normally I start out this video and I say that it's no secret that, and then I give a pretty obvious fact about a certain city, but Vero Beach really is a big secret. So what I wanted to do is kind of uncover a lot of things. You locals, Vero Beach people out there, please do not run me over with your car by giving out these certain little secrets here. All right, so starting off with the obvious stuff, the fact that the climate is here, that is really, really good, especially during this time of year when you're watching this video. Right now, I believe I woke up, it was about 58 degrees, and then when it gets closer to this afternoon, so around lunchtime, it's gonna be a perfect 72 degrees, low humidity. Regardless of the comments that I've been getting, there's a lot of haters on the comments down there that are talking about, oh, it's gonna be too hot year round, it's even muggy and too hot during the season. Well, that's not true. Just ask anyone who has visited during this type of season exactly what the weather is like that at this type of year or this time of year, and they should be able to tell you the complete opposite, that it's absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, perfect beach weather, even though it may get a little bit breezy out there from time to time when those cold fronts run in. So we've got the sunny climate, the beautiful beaches, and the relaxed atmosphere that you get to take advantage of when living here. So the demand for any river county of living here has to do with the fact that we cap our growth. So it's kind of a catch-22. So for those of you who are looking for new construction, looking for a lot of new neighborhoods to be able to buy your dream home here on the East Coast of Florida, where it's a little bit more laid back, less traffic, you don't have to pay to park, you don't have to wait an hour to go over the bridge. You could just find your parking spot on the beach and just be there regardless of the time of year. For those of you who are looking for those kind of things, the reason why it is the way it is because any river county has capped the growth. So if you want to get over here and you want to buy your new construction home, or find something that's a resale that's halfway decent value that doesn't get bought up in a in a split second, which a lot of our houses tend to do. If you wanted to do that, it's just something that's not going to be as easy as it would in these bigger parts of Florida where they're developing, like let's say over in Sarasota. So my broker, she actually took a visit over here to take a MLS class, and she was shocked by the amount of just raw land, trees, green space area, and the fact that this part of Florida has not developed as much as where she's used to over in Sarasota, Florida. The demand for moving to Indian River County far exceeds the amount of supply that we're willing to push out, and that kind of helps us in a way. It keeps Vero Beach small, and it keeps the desirability there because there's not a lot of places in Florida that are willing to cap that growth, willing to say no to those extra tax dollars to make sure that they maintain their way of life. Now, another little hidden gem, I will call it, is the fact that almost every single weekend, even during the summer, yes, we have a lot of these events where people in Vero Beach will get together. Now, you're not going to hear about these things. If you're living in New York, you're living in New Jersey, there's no events that happen in Vero Beach that you're going to hear about on a national scale. But we still do have our dialed down versions of these things. So we do have the Vero Beach Boat Show. We do have, local country concerts where people get together who are good musicians and have a good time, have a couple beers, enjoy themselves. With being in Vero Beach, yes, we don't have a ton going on within the city limits, but you're within driving distance of all these popular places. So Orlando, Miami, West Palm Beach, you can go across the states and be there in less than, 2.5 hours over to Tampa. And then, so that's what makes Vero Beach a great little hidden gem. All right, so now it's time to peel back the curtain and go over some local knowledge about living in Vero Beach. First thing I wanted to talk about is going to be in the category of beaches. So I'm going to name two right off the bat that you may or may not have heard about, especially if you've never visited the area before. So the big ones, of course, are JC Beach, South Beach, Humiston Park off of Ocean Drive. Those are the big ones, but ones that you may not have heard about, and one that a lot of people, so if you're a dog lover, I don't know the rules and regulations on it, but every time I go, it seems like someone's bringing their dog to the beach, which is going to be the Turtle Beach Access. So that's going to be north on A1A. That is one where a lot of people go if you wanted to bring your dogs and not have anyone really yell at you. People know about it. That's the place to go if you want to do that. Another one's going to be Our secret spot whenever I was in high school, whenever we wanted to go somewhere where we wanted to go to the beach, but we didn't want to be around a big crowd, was going to take the Prestige Hotel entrance. So this is going to be Frenchie's restaurant, or it used to be called Demare. The parking lot in the back, they're opening for dinner only. So during the day, you can park your car there and then take that secret Prestige Hotel beach access little entryway there. And then that is somewhere where you can definitely take advantage of a nicer, quieter beach. Or if you just want to go somewhere, you can go to South Beach and you can walk your way south. So that is going to be my category there for beaches. All right, so now for the next category, I wanted to discuss boating. So boating is going to be a big one. So for those of you who moved down here, you're not in an HOA, or you found a place to store your boat, this is going to be a kind of a opening the curtain just to see back what are all the locals doing, where are the locals going during the weekend when they take their boat out. The first one I'm going to discuss is the Cove. So the Cove is the part of the northern part of the Fort Pierce Inlet. So you have to drive south down the Fort Pierce, get to that inlet, and then that north shore. So whenever the inlet is opening up like this, ocean here, mainland here, you got the sliver, it's going to be that north part right there. So that northern part, it's also called Boot Toe Point. So Boot Toe Point, if you look at it on Google Maps, that's what it's going to come up with. That is where all of the boats park up and down. If you're here on a Saturday, here on a Sunday, and it's a nice, beautiful day, that is going to be where all the boaters are going to dock their boat and have a good time, have a couple beers, and enjoy themselves out on the water. So that is the first one I wanted to talk about. Now, the next one is going to be Rope Swing Island. The reason they call it that is because they have a rope swing. It's just one of these spoil islands. And this one in particular is really good for boating because they have two little island points. So there's one island here, and then an entrance in and out that kind of cuts through the whole thing. The next one we have is going to be the Sebastian Inlet. So that's what they call the sandbar. So the sandbar in the Sebastian Inlet. This one is one where there's not necessarily even a exposed sandbar, but you have to pay attention to your GPS or just kind of follow the boats in and out. Otherwise, you probably will get stuck because the quote unquote sandbar that's not exposed, you can't really see it whenever the water's moving, or if it's just a little bit murky from all the boats coming in and out. But you are just within about a foot to 1.5 feet of water at all times, where you're, shallow enough to walk around, have a good time, hold a beer, even to where there's some parts where it's just a couple inches and, the dogs can run around, kids can run around and have a good time there. But just be careful if you're in a bigger boat, if you're not in a flats boat, to just be careful and know where the waterways are, follow those boats in and out to get a hang of it the first time. To kind of just go off of that point, in between the Sebastian Inlet and the Fort Pierce Inlet, there are dozens and dozens and dozens, if not hundreds, of spoil islands that you could take advantage of. So a lot of these spoil islands will have picnic tables, charcoal grills, those sorts of things that are set there, ready to go, and ready for you and your family to enjoy, use. Just make sure you pick up after yourself, because we have been having a problem with kids, whatever it may be, families leaving trash on these spoil islands. So this is where the pelicans live, seagulls are there. Just make sure, lots of crabs, wildlife, redfish, trout, flounder. That's their home, and we're just invading on it when we go to those spoil islands. So make sure just to at least pick up after yourself when you do that. Just a little bit of local knowledge there. If you are a boater, now you kind of have a key little map as to where to go when visiting here if you buy a boat. All right, so next category, it's going to tie in with the boating, and it's going to be fishing. So here are some secret spots that you should know about when moving to Vero Beach or visiting Vero Beach. So number one is going to be the Oslo Flats. So Oslo Flats, if you have a boat that can float in about maybe 1 foot to 1.25 feet of water, then Oslo Flats may be the place where you want to focus on, especially right there early in the morning when that water's glass. You may see some tailing redfish. You may see some, stalking snook up in the structure, or any kind of fish that likes to, just hang out in the flats. You will find in that part. Another one, this is really no secret, but it is my personal favorite to do whenever fishing, is going to be the inlet. So Sebastian Inlet, have a nice little lead sinker on your rig, and then drop that down with some live bait or some pinfish. You're definitely going to pick up some either big bull reds or nice big snook. Another one's going to be the Fort Pierce Inlet. That one's going to be more prevalent for the bigger snook. Fort Pierce, Sebastian, and then also the surrounding docks. So a lot of people think that fishing on docks is illegal, but the people do not own the water underneath the dock. So if you fish up and you're creeping up to the dock, you can technically throw your baits underneath their dock and be perfectly, legal while doing so. So they may yell and complain or whatever it is that they do.
I go from that telephone pole all the way down.
Impossible. You don't own the water, sweetheart.
If you ever heard of Joyce's Dock, that is now an annual event where everyone goes and fishes this lady Joyce, who actually chased a local fisherman down with a water hose for fishing underneath her dock. So now we make it an annual event where hundreds of boats get up and then fish underneath Joyce's dock. So it's pretty funny. But that just shows you that it is 100% legal to do so. The fact that we were able to make that an annual event, monthly event, whatever it turned out to be. All right, so now for Nightlife. My wife and I, since having Canon, we have not gone out really at all. So my knowledge of this one may be pretty limited from growing up here, from going out before, whenever we first got married and first lived here and then had no obligations other than just me and her. We would go to two major places. So first of them is going to be the Solmar Cocktails on the beach. So that one's there off of Ocean Drive in Flamevine there. So that's a really, really nice area. Great little bar to hang out in. Another one's going to be the Boiler. So the Boiler is right there on Ocean Drive. They actually have a private little place where you can pull up. And a lot of my Hurricane Nicole vlog was actually taken right next to the Boiler, where I was pulled up and you can see the beach there from inside of your vehicle. That was pretty cool. Another one's going to be Riverside Cafe. So that's another one where people definitely get rowdy during the nighttime. But if you go during the daytime, you wouldn't even be able to guess that that place gets so rowdy at night. Those two there, or three for the nightlife and the bars that you get to, or that you should know about when visiting or moving to Vero Beach. All right, so now last but certainly not least, we're going to discuss the local golfing. I know I didn't keep my front arm straight there, but oh well, I'm not the best golfer in the world. So the first one's going to be the Sandridge Golf Course. So the Sandridge Golf Course is, I think, hands down the best public course in Vero Beach, Florida. It's an amazing 18-hole course with just a ton of acreage. Beautifully maintained golf course there. So that's one of the secret little spots there. If you wanted to visit Vero Beach and play a great course, Sandridge is going to be number one. Number two, if you want a kind of a dive course or one with just more options to choose from, it's going to be Vista Royale. So I say dive course because it's like $20 to play. It's really nice. With Vista Royale, the thing that I like about it, that it's broken up into 3 9-hole courses. So you don't have to play the same 18 holes when you go back. You can start with, the red course and then finish with the yellow course or whatever the colors are, or the green course and then finish with the red course, and kind of go from there and then make up your own little path, if you will, and kind of change it up if you want to while keeping the cost down low. So Vista Royale, Sandridge Golf Course, those are two courses that I highly recommend when visiting or moving to Vero Beach. All right, guys, so that really wraps it up for this video. So everything from the sunny climate, beautiful beaches, the thriving art scene, the outdoor recreational options, the supportive community, all the cool little things that you get to do during the weekends, that is all part of living in Vero Beach that I wanted to kind of pull the curtain back and reveal during this video. The one thing that I wanted to point out though first, before I let you guys go, you come here and you visit for 2-3 days at a time, and you really don't get to see everything that Vero Beach has to offer. You live here for 2-3 weeks, all of a sudden you don't know what to do with a certain day because there's so many different things going on that you in your mind know that you can be doing. So give it some time whenever you visit here. I've had this conversation with quite a few people who have visited and then thought that Vero Beach wasn't for them because there wasn't as much going on. But there is a lot to still unpack here. This channel can go forever talking about the different things in Vero, but this is now the Living on the Florida East Coast channel, so we're going to be covering a lot broader of an area. So guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.